Hello and welcome to the channel, everyone. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot, and I'll be your intuitive guide and your reader today. Now, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I wanted to share some of those thoughts on this video. So I wanted to share in particular about what's happening when you're in separation and what your masculine is thinking, why this is actually really truly happening, the real reason, the truth, because it's not what you think, and how you can be more at peace and more at ease with this process, knowing that it is divinely timed, divinely ordained, divinely orchestrated, and divinely playing out for the highest good of all, including if there is some sort of a karmic or third-party interference. So we're going to see things from a higher perspective today, and I'm hoping that this gives everyone a little bit of peace in their hearts and peace in their mind. This month is pretty chaotic, energetically speaking, and what we're really seeing happening is the ascension, the ladder of ascension that's being climbed by every soul on earth, and we are seeing a lot of things play out in the physical, in the 3D, in the matrix. And what's really beautiful is the feminine is, excuse me, is really being blessed with a lot of abundance and a lot of, it's due to her integrity. It's due to her faith. It's due to her devotion, her devotional prayer that she follows every single day on this journey. It's due to her steadfastness and her dedication, her loyalty. And she's being rewarded quite richly. And we're seeing it in our private individual clients, Holly and myself. And so if you're, wanting some of that abundance for yourself and you're wondering, how can I blast through those blocks? I have teamed up with an incredible healer. She's a Reiki master. She's incredible at what she does. Nobody does what we do, guys. Nobody's doing this. And she can change your life. We can change your life. So we work together as a team, and we're working specifically, we're being called to work strongly with blasting through abundance. Now, this is not just money. This is abundance in love. This is abundance in friendship, abundance in joy, abundance in hope, abundance in faith. It's abundance in all aspects of your life, creativity, passion, purpose. So this is a lot more than just money in the bank. Besides, money is just energy anyway. But these are what we're being called to work on now. And this is for all light workers, twin souls, somebody who is identifying as being on the ascension path. You don't have to be a twin flame. This is for everybody on that journey. And what we want to do is we really want to broaden our scope to work with all light workers, all star seeds, and to help you on your path so that A, you feel less alone, B, you feel more empowered, and C, you know and understand your purpose and your divine truth. So that being said, you can find more information about those sessions below. You can check out our website, but that website is going to be updated January 1st, and those prices will change. So we just wanted to let everybody know that, the world is going through a transformation right now. The world is going through a significant transformation, and it's a transformational process. And what this is doing is it's shifting us individually at the cellular level as we become more and more crystalline, away from the carbon DNA, but it's also shifting the planet. So there's restructuring happening right now massively on all levels. In particular, at this present moment with the divine masculine. We're still in that pre-union preparation mode as we have Mars and Venus having another very important meetup in February of 2022. So we are in this stage right now where we are preparing for the physical reunion, and for many, the physical union. Now, union does not mean you're living with your twin. It doesn't mean you're talking to them every day. It has nothing to do with the 3D definitions of a partnership. This has to do with, I am in union, meaning I am in spiritual union and spiritual truth with my twin. My twin and I are one, and it has nothing to do with what's happening in the 3D. You can be in union with your twin spiritually and not in physical union. Of course, the ideal and the goal, right, is to have spiritual union and physical union. So we're going to talk more about that especially if you work with Holly and myself, the focus will always be on you primarily because you are your twin. There is no distinct separation. There's only separation in the 3D. So we're going to get you to that place where you're whole, you're fully realized within yourself, and you won't even feel like you need the counterpart, but that's ironically when the counterpart has the room and the space to come back in. So the more you focus on the counterpart, the more they focus on themselves. The more you focus on yourself, the more they're going to focus on you, because you are your counterpart. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to start. Okay, they actually would like me to start with the Work Your Light Oracle. So, and then I've got the integration deck, and I've got 2 message decks. So we are going to pull some messages from your divine counterpart. Yes, we are. But there's a reconstruction phase right now, guys. The masculines are in a very heavy, very intense reconstruction phase. And what I'm seeing with the masculines that are in my 3D, and I'm pulling them in left and right. These masculines are awakened, they're aware, they have done their inner work, they're continuing to do their inner work, they realize the work is never done, and they're honest, they're in integrity. There are no games, there's no hot and cold, there's no I'm going to wait 3 days to call you if I'm interested. There's none of that. These masculines they're here to help raise the vibration of this earth. And you may find yourself surrounded by divine masculine energy right now in the form of friendships, new romantic relationships. It's like, oh, gasp, we're not supposed to be involved in other relationships. That is not true. There are soulmates out there that help you on your journey, that actually bring you closer to your desired outcome. And those soulmates serve very important purposes. Some of you are going to end up with a soulmate and not your twin flame. So you need to stay open, guys. You need to keep your heart open, your mind open, release all and any expectations from any partner, whether it's the twin flame or a beautiful higher level soulmate connection that's coming in. Now, what you're going to find with these higher level soulmates is a lot of similarities, and you're going to it'll feel different than a twin soul connection, but you're going to feel very at ease with these individuals. And for the feminine twin, that's a very welcomed energy, because there's been so much uncertainty in the twin flame connection. And I just want you guys to continue releasing that label, and I want you to feel into it. If this new connection, whether it's a friendship or some of these are going to be amazing friendships, lifelong friendships, I'm hearing. Some of them are going to be romantic partners for a short period of time, or for a long period of time, or for your entire life. Please release from the expectation of anything, because the expectation is the root of our pain. We expect something, we don't receive it, we're in pain. Release from that, release the label, and just allow yourself to just be. Release the weight of the label, guys. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get some messages. Now, this is for the feminine transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Exactly what I was talking about. So I love it when the cards will confirm that. Deep healing. Okay, so there is an energy here of the feminine going through this intense, radical recalibration. And, that's the DNA helix. I see that as the DNA helix, but I also see this as a twisting. If you're wondering what a twisting is with your counterpart, that is a question Holly and I can answer in a private session. We are also going to be doing at some point, when we feel so called to, when the energies allow us to, when the timing is right, we will be doing a Q&A. We are going to be doing a webinar where we discuss the twisting, we discuss the twin flame journey, we discuss what's happening. But for the time being, there's a twisting that happens when the Kundalini is activated between the counterparts. Now we see this Egyptian energy coming in here pretty strongly, this Pharaoh energy, this kingly energy. And so the feminine is becoming the king of her own domain. She's the queen and she's the king all in one. So releasing the need for the physical counterpart, again, is what brings the physical counterpart back in. But guys, you have to mean it. You can't fake it. You have to really mean it, and you have to believe it, that you are the masculine, you are the feminine. And that's what I see these two, I don't know exactly what they are, but I'm just going to call them pharaohs. And then the kitty, that's Bastet. And this is the cat goddess. Now the cat goddess she's wild. She's a wild feminine. Okay, she's the untamed feminine. She's that divine feminine within all of us. She's a force of nature and a force to be reckoned with. She is untamable. And this is where the feminine is right now. There's no longer the need for someone outside of you to complete you. So you enjoy having conversations with others. You enjoy the company of others. You enjoy even the attention or flirting with others or with your counterpart, but you're not in that place where you need it anymore. Here's my kitty god, my kitty goddess. So you're not in that place where you need it anymore, and this is changing the game, right? This is a game changer for the feminine. He just wants to say hello. Hi, baby. You are really, you're realizing you're not who you were even a month ago, a day ago, an hour ago, a year ago. So you're going to look back at this time, feminine, as a time of so much growth and so much potential for you. And you're releasing a lot of that fight or flight energy, right? A lot of that energy that's affected your nervous system and your ability to really be still, because we're being called to be still right now. We're being called to go within, and it feels lonely. And for a lot of feminines, it feels as though this might last forever. So I want you guys to understand that this is not going to last forever, that you are protected, and that this is part of the journey. There's, the divine doesn't make any mistakes. This is part of the journey. You're transforming. That's why you're being that's why you are spending time alone. That's why you might feel lonely right now. That's why maybe friends or, people that were in your life before have maybe kind of fizzed out just for the time being, temporarily. Okay. It's interesting. There's a Saturnian influence as well with this card. And, Saturn is like the taskmaster, the granddaddy planet. If you guys have followed my channel, you've heard me talk about the Saturn return. The first one being the most intense and the most painful for all of us about the age of 28. But there's an energy here. There's a couple influences with this card. There's Saturn, the Black Madonna, and there's an African goddess, Ocean. Okay, so the energy of Saturn is transformation, but it's also upheaval, and it represents destruction. So it's not an easy process. Okay, it's things coming to an end, things being broken down so that new things can be built, so that there can be a regeneration process. Now the Black Madonna represents kind of that Plutonian energy of the underground, right? The underbelly, the underworld, and everything that hasn't been acknowledged. So it's a lot of shadow work also. There's some shadow work being done, and it's like the release of this once and for all for the feminine. But then it's also the energy of Ocean, who is the original mother. It's a very beautiful, blessed energy of just the great mother energy, the beautiful feminine energy that represents the child, it represents the baby, it represents us in all stages of our life, the grandmother energy, the mother energy, and that exists within each of us. So there is this rethreading that's happening at the deepest core, at the deepest levels of your being, feminine, and you're not supposed to be honestly working or very active right now. There's probably a lot of shifts in your diet and the way you move your body and your exercise routine, and I've talked about this on the channel. So this card is totally very, very on board. It's a very intuitive energy that's coming through. So if you want to look up more, guys, again, it's Black Madonna, Saturn, and the African goddess Ocean, as well as Bastet, the energy of the Egyptian cat goddess. And I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, because I've seen it spelled different ways. So the energy of independence, the energy of fierce sovereignty coming through with the cat goddess as well. So there's a ton of energies here. The Kundalini energy here, right? We talked about the twisting energy with the feminine and masculine. So let's get some energy here for the divine masculine. right? So what is aligned? What is aligned? What is not aligned? They're being called to align their life. So you guys are both going through significant transformation. There is a mirroring happening at least on one level, or probably many levels. You see what's being broken apart though. They're breaking apart the old them and the parts that are outdated, the parts that are, belong to the old systemic programming, the old belief systems, and you're seeing who they truly are at the core, because the mirror isn't a true definition of who they are. The mirror is who they projected themselves to be, and the masculines have projected themselves to be something they're not. And the feminine is the only one who can truly see beyond the veil, beyond the mirror. The feminine is the only one who knows the truth about the masculine, which is why they run. They can get away with things with a karmic partner. They don't have to be in their integrity. The karmic partner doesn't demand it of them. So when we talk about separation, you're this amazing goddess going through this amazing, intense transformation. You're attracting a lot of abundance to you. Look at the gold in the card. You're also attracting other masculines. You're attracting masculine energy. You're attracting other energies, new friends. You're attracting an audience, feminine, and fans. And this has the masculine somewhat on shaky ground because they're still working on their self-worth. They're still working on their self-worth. That's the piece that's been probably, I would say, maybe not the most challenging, but one of the most challenging parts, maybe the most challenging aspect of this connection thus far for the divine masculine is, am I living an aligned life, and what needs to go, what needs to change? What have I outgrown? What has outgrown me? So it's a matter of the masculine for them to see themselves clearly and present themselves honestly to the world, taking off that mask. You've got to remove the mask, masculines. Your feminine always saw through it anyway from day one. So what's happening is, if they're feeling stuck, it's because they're resisting change. They're resisting the shift that's happening within them. And it is happening within them. Mark my words. It doesn't matter what they're displaying, what they're saying. That change has been ignited within the masculine. So the masculines were in this programming, this ancient old programming of doing what they thought they were supposed to do. Supposed to do this. I'm supposed to stay married. I'm supposed to get a job. I'm supposed to buy this expensive house. I'm supposed to live beyond my means. I'm supposed to have fancy toys and boats, and I'm supposed to go into the corporate world, and I'm supposed to have this role, and blah, blah, blah. And it's left them unfulfilled and empty. Give me a like if you're a masculine watching and you know this is true. Give me a like if you're a feminine watching and you've witnessed this with your masculine. Guys, the likes on the channel, and I don't often ask for them. My moderators are great at that, but liking the video, it boosts its efficacy in being able to reach the people that need to watch the video. It helps support me. Yes, it helps support my work in the channel. So it's boosting the channel, but it's also, guys, it's about getting the message out to the right people. So that's what the liking is about. It takes 1 second. That's all it takes. So if you could do that, guys, just take a minute here, like the video, please. Subscribe if you feel called. Go over and check out my Patreon if you want to get more information. I post the Patreon post when I feel so called. And there's been a couple months here of November and December of a lot of introspection, but when I do post, it's quality. It's quality, not quantity. And there's old posts that you can access as well, a lot of written posts that have a lot of detail, guys. I put a lot of energy, a lot of myself into those posts. So go check those out if you feel so called. And it's a way, guys, it's like karmic yoga. It's a way to give back to creators on YouTube, to the people that are supporting you on your journey. It's a way to support me. It's a way to support the work. And so what's happening for the masculine, I'm going to tell you outright, the masculines, those of you who are in separation, why is this happening? You don't want to be with them or physically in a relationship or even living with them, or you may not even want to be in contact with them. When this breaks apart, when the old facade breaks apart and disintegrates, you don't want to be there because A, they'll take it out on you most likely. B, they're going to try to take you down with them. and see you're protected. You are protected. That's what separation is. It's divine protection. So there comes a time for the masculine. I apologize for the noise. I swear to God, this is so annoying that every time I try to do a video, the neighbors are like, let's mow the lawn. Let's go and do this. Let's fix the boat. And it's only when I'm trying to work outside. So I apologize. I've already started the video, so we're going to keep on going, and I'm going to hope that's going to stop very soon here. But it's very annoying for me as well. So yeah, it's like there comes a time where it's, what is it that saying about the cocoon and the butterfly, where it's just more work to remain in the cocoon than to just spread your wings and fly. And that's what the masculine is experiencing, is now he's realizing it's more work for me to keep this facade up and pretend to be something I'm not, pretend to be happy, pretend to love this person that I'm with, than to just break free and speak my truth and live my truth and really show the world my true identity. And not just the world, but the people in his life. Family, friends, the karmic partner. Many of you have lived through not one, but 2 or 3 or 4 karmic partners, karmic energies. And if it's not a person, it will be a job, it will be money, it will be an addiction. And sometimes it's all of the above, okay? Depending on what, your soul called for in this lifetime. So it's harder for the masculine to remain in their tight little cocoon where they feel quote unquote safe, right? The karmic partner, why are you in separation? The karmic partner is safe, or the karmic energy is safe because it doesn't demand anything of the masculine. That it keeps them safe, it keeps them playing small, and that's where it's comfortable, but that's not where the growth is. And guess what? This journey will transform you whether you like it or not. You're either going to move forward, or you're going to be pulled, right? Walk forward or be pulled. That's the only option here, divine masculine. You are being pulled through this portal. Your feminine keeps on rising and ascending, and the more she does, the more you're going to be pulled. So let go or be dragged. Let go and let it happen, divine masculine. Let go of that old life. Surrender to the change. Surrender to who you are now and to who you were. Honor that person that you were, but let that person go. Knowing that you're not your actions, you're not your thoughts, you're not the lies that you told, you're not the addiction, right? You're not that person. That doesn't identify you. That's why I'm saying let go of labels. The separation is happening in particular right now because it's protection for the feminine. It's protection for the journey, protection for the counterparts, but it's also allowing the masculine time to miss the feminine. Feminine, if you think that you are the one that is struggling the most with separation, think again. The masculine is struggling more than you. You know why? You have a support system, most likely. You have these videos to watch from your favorite readers. You might have a coach that you've employed. Okay, you have the tools and the knowledge at your disposal. The masculine doesn't have these things. So the masculine is stuck with trying to figure this out on their own because they've been very stubborn. And also, they may not have a friend to talk to about this. They may not have somebody they can trust or someone who's on the journey, so that person is not going to support the journey. The person may be in 3D programming. Oh, you should stay where you're at, blah, blah, blah. So the masculine has to break free on his own. You cannot do this for them, feminine. It's not your job. You cannot break free for them. Nothing you say or do in the 3D feminine, mark my words, is going to change the masculine's mind. Nothing. You're not going to be the reason. I hate to say this, it's going to trigger you, but you need to understand that you won't be the reason that they leave their marriage. You won't be the reason they leave the karmic. You won't be the reason they heal from the addiction. It has to be for them. And it should be for them, because if it's not for them, they do it for you, it's not going to stick, it's not going to last, and it's not real. It's not a real devotion or an act of self-love. The act of self-love is I got sober for myself because I love myself, because I want to live and I know I'm worthy of this life. I left the karmic partner because I know that I'm worthy of more. And that's a hard pill to swallow for the feminine, because she thinks, well, now that we're out of contact, now you got your divorce, now you're leaving the karmic. Was I not enough? And you go through all of these thoughts, but I'm here to tell you that You want your masculine to be in an empowered place where he does this for him, not for you, not for anybody else, but for, not even for his kids. He does it for himself. He chooses himself. Until he gets to that place, he's not empowered enough to be the partner that you deserve and that you require at this level. So the things that used to define him is what he's letting go of now. He's letting go of the things that used to define him. Letting go of the things that used to have such a tight grip or hold on him. Again, let go or be dragged. Some masculines are going to be dragged. Some are choosing to let go. It's up to them. It's entirely up to the masculine. So feminine, you are working on your joy at this level, and that's a layer within the heart chakra. So you're working on establishing or creating, inviting in more joy, letting go of the fear of actually being happy. You know, there's a fear associated with being happy oftentimes. So you're letting go of that fear of actually being happy, of actually having abundance, of actually, having the love that you've always craved. And this is what this is doing is it's creating a connection for the masculine energy both within you, because we all have the masculine and feminine energy within us. It's that dichotomy within us. But it's also creating, or rather it's also inviting in for the masculine this very sensual energy coming from the sacral chakra, the second chakra. And what this is doing is this is allowing the masculine to really more freely express themselves and more freely, so there's a playfulness that is coming through here with this card. This is the fourth layer of that sacral chakra. So it's a deeper layer for both of you. This is like unbridled connection to one's sensuality, to one's passionate nature. And this is about giving and receiving, sex and intimacy, but in the way that where it's not about control, it's not about ego, it's not about conquering. It is about real, true pleasure and intimacy. The intimacy of, I see you and you see me. And this is about a soul deep connection, a soul deep experience, which they don't have this with any karmic partners. It is just sex. There is no depth. There is no true connection there, and they feel empty. And the more, believe it or not, the more times they're intimate with a karmic partner, the more empty they feel, the more they actually yearn for the feminine. So there is a yearning for the feminine here that is happening, and you see this with this joy card, that the masculine is yearning, the masculine is craving, the masculine is desiring the feminine. And the feminine is in this energy of just wanting to create more joy in her life. Because again, we talked about losing interest. We've talked about this on recent videos over the past 6 weeks. Losing interest in food, losing interest in, for some of you, sex, losing interest in even self-indulgence, right? You're losing interest in music and movies. You start to realize the more you ascend that the things that are very connected to the matrix bore you. You can't have those mundane conversations anymore with people. You are unplugged from the matrix. So this is requiring you to seek joy in other interests or other areas. I went to the park, my favorite park, communed with the animals, as always happens at this particular park. I had this amazing experience with a pair of sandhill cranes and a pair of ducks and a bunch of birds that just kept on coming and going as I was there. And I was there for about, 2-3 hours. Felt like 4 hours. I was there for at least 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours. And I just sat there and I just spent time with the animals and nature. And I allowed myself to unplug. I allowed myself to step back, to recharge my batteries, to ground. The more you ground, the better you're going to feel. Drink lemon water, fresh juices, have those foods, create those foods. Let food crafting and creating be a form of self-love right now. Do the things that bring you joy, feminine. Be around the people that bring you more joy. And don't close off your heart or, you know, your experiences to other people who want to come in right now, who are ready and available to have friendships with you, to have romantic relationships with you, and who want to be a partner in some way, business partner, friendship, acquaintance, romantic relationship, whatever it turns into, whatever it becomes. It's not about that. But, you know, open yourself up, feminine. Thought they were done. They're back. I swear. The part of me is realizing that I'm not supposed to be doing videos this month, and my team wants me to rest, and so every time I try to create a video, I get interrupted with something, some form of external noise. But I'm here. I don't think my team's very happy. We are supposed to be resting this month. Resting in preparation for what's to come. Okay, so we're going to get some messages now from the masculine. I am clearing up karma. Yep, we talked about that. Why is separation happening? Because the masculine has karma to clear up with other people. The masculine has karma to clear up with themselves. There might be karma to clear up within your connection. I want to see you again, but now is just not the right time. It's not the right time, feminine. Stop trying to control the timing of this. I love you, and I'm not sure how this is going to change my life. I switched the but to and because but negates what comes before it. So I love you, and I'm not sure how this is going to change my life. So the masculine is, there's the reservations, there's the fear. But that's really the fear of their own worth, their own growth. That's the fear of their own incredible nature. That's what they're really fearing, is themselves. It's not the connection. They're fearing what you bring out in them, which is their best. Their best. You bring out the best in the masculine. You inspire them to be more, to do more, to stop playing small, and that requires them to make a lot of huge changes in their lives. Requires them to step out of jobs. It requires them to step out of relationships and marriages and situations that don't serve them. It's not as easy. The masculines, you know, they're being led by the divine. Okay, separation is divinely led. So you think of it in the 3D and you can get very depressed. You take it personally. You get very upset. You blame the masculine. And we've all been there. But if you can step back and see the bigger picture, you see that the masculine is following orders from the divine, from the higher self, from God. And God says, you may not come in and back into your feminine's life, or back into communication even, until you have stepped up to the plate and made these necessary changes, so you don't continue making the same changes over and over again. There's no time left now to repeat old patterns or cycles, and you guys know this. There's no time for that. There's no energy left. The feminine is done with that. And the planet is done with that. The masculines need to step up and be the man that they came here to be. And, you know, you don't do that, by the way, by... Guys, you play a role in this too, feminine. If you continue to allow in the same behavior over and over again, or you allow your masculine in even though they're married, and you know that's not right and it doesn't feel right for you, I'm not saying what's right or wrong, but if you know that that doesn't feel right for you, but you keep allowing it, but then expecting something different, then you get mad at them because your needs aren't getting met, then who do you have to blame? You, yourself. You need to be the one brave enough, courageous enough to make the changes and step back. Your masculine is having his cake and eating it too. Maybe it's the feminine having her cake and eating it too. I don't know. Could be either, but oftentimes it's the masculine that has the karmic partners, and oftentimes it's the feminine that is working on herself while the masculine cycles through the karmic partners, learns the lessons that need to be learned. So that karmic situation, whatever it might be, the third party energy has some lesson to teach the masculine in order to shift him forward into a possible union energy. Okay, he needs to drop this. I feel trapped and stuck in my situation. That's ego. You need to drop that. Let that go, masculine. That's bullshit. I just want to hold you again. It's like, you know, it's kind of like this back and forth energy. I feel trapped and stuck. Let's get some clarifier. Okay, so what can assist the masculines? That is such bullshit at this stage in the game. But it is a very real feeling where they feel trapped and stuck. Like, I can't move towards you, feminine, even if I wanted to. God, that noise is annoying. Okay, listen to your gut feelings, masculine. Solar plexus, back to the sacral, power. This is the center and seat of your personal power. That's the solar plexus. And the sacral chakra houses your soul. It's the house of the soul. It's the house of your destiny. So you have the power. You have the power, masculine, to make the changes. Look, the answers lie within the cards. You have the power to make the changes and to make the shifts. You have to listen to your gut feelings and your gut instinct on this. You have to trust yourself and only yourself. That's why the feminine has been called to step back. The masculine has to trust himself, has to step into his power on his own. It is not your job to heal or fix or change anybody but yourself. You have to get that through your head, feminine. And I know that's tough love, and you might not want to hear that. It might piss you off that I'm saying it that way, but you have to stop trying to save and rescue other people. That's not what you're here to do. You're not helping anybody. You are not helping your masculine by trying to feed them baby food. Let them become the man, the divine masculine. Let them come to you and say, I figured this out on my own, because they'll have a lot more respect for themselves and for you. When I finally stepped back and just was like, peace, you know, peace to like trying to control, peace to the control aspect of myself. And I let that go in all aspects of my life. I'm still working on it. I'm a work in progress, but it's so much better. It's so much more clear than it used to be. And when I let that go, I was at peace. There was peace within me, guys. You gotta let it go. We gotta let it go. Stop trying to control timing and your destiny. Enjoy the life that you're living, because it's right now. Stop allowing your life to continue to be in the future. It's now. It's right here. It's right now. It's not later. It's not then. It's here. It's now. Look, he knows. He has intuition. He has gut instinct. He has the power. He is you. It is your soul. Let it go. Let the divine lead the masculine where he needs to be led right now, and you focus on yourself. That's how you heal separation. That's how you come out of separation. You stay in separation by focusing on the separation. You stay in separation by focusing on the karmic energy or the third party, talking about it all the time, thinking about it all the time. You stay in separation by refusing to let go, feminine. You've got to focus on your joy and your transformation. Let the masculine align their life and let go of what needs to be let go of without you constantly trying to do it for them. So the feminine says, I can't deal with the drama. Yeah, done with the drama, done with the bullshit, done with the games. We have such passion, such intensity, but I feel like you manipulate me and play games. It's just not necessary. Yeah, the feminine's like, I'm not having this at this point in the game. So if you say you feel trapped and stuck, you need to figure your shit out, sort your shit out before you come back in communication with me. And some of you have set very clear boundaries in the 3D because they were necessary to respect yourself. You can love somebody from a distance, okay? You don't have to invite in any toxic energy into your life, feminine, ever again. Whether it's your masculine, whether it's a parent, whether it's a child, a friend, a coworker, a boss, anybody, a stranger, yourself. You don't have to accept your own toxic energy, you know? Let that shit go. The masculine says, look, he's responding. I know you don't trust me. It seems really hard to gain your trust. How can I do that? Well, masculine, gut feelings, listen to your gut instinct, tap into your joy. What brings you joy? Tap into your truth. Let go of the mask. Align yourself. The masculine comes in aligned with his truth and aligned with God in his divine essence. This will all fall away. Any feelings of feeling trapped or stuck or like, I don't know if she trusts me, or the fears, that will all fall away. But he has to align himself first. You're either in the dark, you're in the light. You can't be straddling one or the other. Ooh, the masculine has 3 messages here for the feminine. I am willing to put the work into this connection. I regret not doing so previously. I do want to give to you. So I feel like the energy is gaining momentum. He's hearing the messages here in this reading, right? He's hearing them. He's listening. He says, I see you. I see you as free-spirited and exciting. I love that you are strong and independent. You might have some soulmates that are coming in, right? Or kindred spirits coming in feminine that are mirroring this to you. They're like, you're so fun and playful. You're so free-spirited. I love that about you. I love that you're strong and independent. I love that you don't need me. And so these soulmates are going to be wonderful mirrors and wonderful teachers for the feminine. And it's not going to have the drama that this connection has had in the past, because the feminine's done with drama, period. No drama, no bullshit, right? When something is over, the feminine's going to walk away. She's not going to try to make something work that doesn't work. She's not going to accept bad behavior or toxic behavior. And the masculine also says, I know that you have other choices. I know this. I do too. But no one else even comes close to you. I want you. Do you still want me? Masculine, you've got to let go. Take the mask off. Align yourself. And when you're aligned, you can't, those addictions will fall away. When you're aligned with your soul, the addictions fall away. The truth comes to light, and you're going to drop those karmic influences and karmic partners for good, permanently. That's what you have to do, masculine. You want to know, does she still want you? She wants you as your aligned self. She doesn't want you to come in and hurt her again, or make promises and break them, or come in and out. She's not down with that anymore. She's not going to allow that behavior anymore. It's toxic. It's unhealthy. It's a cycle, and it's been broken. It has been broken. Look, we only got one message from the feminine. The feminine's like, that's all I have to say about this. That's all I got to say. And the masculine's like, but I got a lot to say. I don't want to have conflict with you. I'm not trying to play games. And he's responding. I'm not trying to play games. I'm just conflicted in my mind about how to proceed. So you've got to get out of that feeling stuck or trapped or confused, masculine. You've been in that energy for a long time. Only you can get yourself out of it. You've got to align yourself with your soul, align yourself with love, align yourself with truth, and that will all fall away. I want to rush in and sweep you off your feet. And I feel the momentum building from the masculine, guys. I can feel that they feel this reading. They're listening. I want to show you how I feel. Sometimes that urge is overwhelming. Can you feel it? Would you welcome me home? Let's get one message back from the feminine, because I know she has something to say about that. And it's all like, all the cards that are coming up are messages from the masculine. I'm going to shuffle until I get a message from the feminine. She says, she's reassuring the masculine. Look at this. This is pretty beautiful. Would you welcome me home? I feel such passion for you even after all this time. I want to show you. Please come home. And he says, would you welcome me home? She's answering him. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. But I need to move forward. This connection's taken a heavy emotional toll on me. I need to move forward. She's not saying I need to move forward without you. She's saying I need to move forward, period. So I need to move forward. We need to move out of this energy, break free of the old cycles and contracts in karma, and move forward together on the journey. I hope this has been an enlightening read about separation, how to move forward, what needs to be done, why it's happening for both people, how you can break free from this. I'm sending love out to all the masculines. Their journey is not easy. I'm sending love out to all the feminines. You have been through a lot. You have endured a lot, and you have been the rock for your masculine and for the world. Sending love and light out to wherever it's needed, and I'll see you guys so soon. Take great care.